I'm bored. I've decided to make my YouTube video, and Jack is going to be with me. Tater went out of town. Well, out of town. She went into Houston, so that way we could get. Alexa, shut up. She went out of town, so that way she could get our other puppy dog, Indy Spade. I'm looking for my iPad so I can play music while I'm taking the videos, because that'd be sick. Actually, I'll bring the lady with me. Come on, Jack. Come on, bud. So I'm going to I'm going to pull my starter, and I'm going to pull out the starter harness so that way I can see what went wrong and if it rubbed through or if it's something else that I need to worry about. So first thing I'm going to do is pull the harness, because it's like, I'll pull the starter out because I need to replace the starter anyways, because it does not like high RPM. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to check on the harness while it's there, because it's like 2 bolts. It's nothing at all. Like, it doesn't even make sense to not check it. If that seems like it's fine, which I might just replace it anyways, honestly. But if that seems like it's fine, I'm going to go ahead and, if that seems like it's fine, I'm gonna go ahead and replace the relay too. I don't know if that could be an issue, but we'll find out, I guess. It's hot, dude. I have a sunburn. This is gonna suck. We went to the lake this weekend, and went with my buddy Robbie, and he came into town. We went fishing, brought the dogs. They were chilling and stuff. Went out on the paddle boards and kayak, and we had a lot of fun, but I forgot to put on sunscreen, and I'm a redhead, so not ideal at all. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and open the garage. I'm gonna get Jack his leash, and I'm gonna tie it around like the edge of the garage so he can hang out with me. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in a second, I guess, whenever I make another video and I stop rambling and I shut up and start making videos instead of just talking. I do that too much. Oh well. Bye. Not bye. All right, whatever. You're about to watch me set up the rope for young man Jack to hang out. All right.
I'm putting Jack's collar on. Or not collar. His harness. Jack, sit. Good boy. Hey, don't do that. I'm showing the people how good you are. You're putting your head down while I'm trying to put harness on, bud. Got the leash on. Now I'm gonna just take the rope and put it through.
With me, and he can like go back and forth if he wants to. He can hang out. I'm probably gonna bring his bed out here in a water bowl so he can hang out. But yeah, so now he can hang out with me and like not have any issues in case like another dog goes by and he decides that he wants to try and do something that he's never done and jump after him, which he's usually really chill about that. He doesn't ever do that. So starter on the car broken, so I have no choice but to work on it in the driveway, which kind of sucks. I'd much rather work on it like in the garage, but it's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna go get the stuff for him, and I'm gonna pull the tools out, and then we'll start working on stuff. Oh, and the jack. So, got jack and jack stands. Gonna grab a wheel chalk, but yeah. Jack underneath the car. Got the jack stands. Got a fan going, but just gonna do this until it's somewhere near where I need it. So I got the car on jack stands. Speaking of Jack, just my boy. But yeah, so I'm about to go ahead and take the starter out. It's 2 13mm bolts. There should be 3, but it makes it so much of a pain with all 3. So I only have 2 in there just for ease of installation and removal and stuff. I have the battery and everything shut off, completely disconnected, so I don't shock myself, because that would suck. But yeah, so about to get to that. I'll take a time lapse of it, so that way you can see all the struggles. It's gonna be like 2 seconds. So, got the brand new old starter out. I'm going to go ahead and grab the new guy, which is right here. Right here. I'm just gonna have this out so that I can put my, just cooperate a little bit. That'd be cool. All right, I'm just gonna have this out so I can, dude. Oh, that was because of Jack. So, old new one, back in the box, it's trash. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood, pull the starter harness, because it's all like undone down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And yeah, cool. So, all right, now I have the starter harness like completely unbolted. Just 2 bolts and 1 quick like disconnect plug. So we'll go ahead and rip that out real quick. Alright, so I'm gonna tear this nice loom apart and I'm gonna see if it like rubbed through. I'm like 99% sure that it did. It's just a matter of where did it rub through. So I'm gonna go get a blade. Actually, sorry, did that take too long? No, that's a blade. I've got a nice blade, it's nice and sharp. I don't have a housing in here, like a, whatever you want to call it, the knife part of the blade. I don't have that, so. Just go barehanded. You know what? This is probably going to be a really long clip, so. I'm going to, sorry, 3 minutes? Yeah. Alright. I'm going to turn this back on when I finish up for this. Alright, so I got the, outer sheathing of the harness all taken off. Oh, I have shop rags. 1 second. But alright, so have it taken off. So far from what I can see, it doesn't really look like that was the issue, but the starter harness was a little short anyways, so the like the ground cable was stretched out a little bit. It was just less than ideal. So I'm just gonna double check it. I'm gonna like wipe it off so I can actually see. But it looks like it was probably fine, to be honest. But you never know. So just wiping this off. This was the power cable, in which actually, so look at that. Something got hot, so probably was the issue. Now that I'll wipe it off and I can see there was like grease in it. So less than ideal. Maybe it rubbed through on the ground. That was wow, that was on the top end too, actually. What was that? Yeah, that was on the top end. So it wasn't below the car where it had the issue, but this cable might be alright. Nah, probably not. It got super hot. Like, I don't know if you can see it. It like boiled a little bit. Boiled. Got hot, started to melt. So, that's not ideal. I'm going to go ahead and strip this guy back. Which... this wire looks fine. That's pretty rough. Well, actually, see that little shiny guy? Maybe that was it. So that was on the top end. Now the ground. Ah, look at that. Yeah, that was it right there. Ground cable got smoked. Nice. So that was probably the issue I was running into, most likely. I guess what I'm about to do, I don't really want to. I'd rather use Better Wire from Pro Wire, but I've been lazy and I haven't ordered it. So I think that I'm gonna run to O'Reilly's and return that bad starter that I just bought. Return that, use that to get some wire. So I'll bring this wire as a reference, but yeah, that's less than ideal. I might get a relay while I'm there just in case, just like pretty much replace the whole circuit. Yeah, that's less than ideal. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Man, I've been rambling. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and pack up the tools. And dang, dude, I got 4 flies on my bush latte right now. That sucks. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack all this stuff up, go to O'Reilly's. I'm gonna bring Jack with me just because I want to, and nobody can tell me no. Duh. And I also pro tip: if you want to bring your dog everywhere, just register them as an ESA. You'll be all right. Nobody can say anything. Whenever you pull out this flashy little card that says emotional service animal or emotional service animal, what a retard. Oh well. Emotional support animal. Nobody can say anything. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get a ground wire that's a little bit longer than this, or I might just buy the wire in bulk and buy some crimps for it. Crimps. Yeah, whatever, same thing. You know what I mean. Buy stuff for this and come back and work on it. So yeah, happy. Wow, 5 minutes. Geez, sorry guys. We're on the way to O'Reilly's. I have the wire with me. I'm gonna get him a pup cup because he's been a good boy today. So I'm gonna get him one of those, and while we're there, we're gonna get the wire that we need, get a relay, return that starter so I can get my money back, and yeah, so that'll be pretty cool. But we're hanging out, boys trip, right? Jack and I, we are at O'Reilly's. Well, we're leaving O'Reilly's. So the first O'Reilly's that we went to, I returned my starter at. They didn't have the wire that I needed, so I just returned it there, and I went to another one that was like 4 minutes down the road. So I went and got the wire. They didn't have any red, which kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal because I can just label it myself. So picked up like 10 foot of wire so I can have some extra, so I don't have that same issue with my ground wire being a little tight. But yeah, so picked that up. I picked up a couple extra things. Like I picked up, oh, Jack, you going in the back? Jack, in the back seat, buddy. I picked up some like heat shrink. I picked up a circuit breaker for my battery cutoff because circuit breaker, so I can just pretty much disconnect it. My current one, it's got like the little turnkey. It's going bad. It's not wanting to work or anything. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Super annoying. So I picked that up just because the starter paid for it. So yeah, so that will be something else that I do on another day. But picked up the wire. Now we're gonna take Jack to case you were curious, this is the cutest little dude on the planet. You know, he just perches up. He's a little gargoyle. Ain't that right, buddy? I'm 100% convinced that this dude knows this building. He's just so excited. He loves Dutch Bros. He loves it. We're back home. You were gonna get a video of Jack eating his pup cup, but the lady at dang, did I put this thing in cinematic? I think I did. The lady at Dutch Bros was like obsessed with Jack, and she was like, "Can I give it to him?" Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with it. I give him pup cups all the time. It's whatever. So I shared the joy with somebody else. So you don't get to see him eating his pup cup this time. Next time, probably. But I'm gonna unload the truck and get all the parts out of it and start doing stuff. You missed Jack eating a pup cup, but you get to see Jack eating a fry. Oh, sweet boy, he's a good boy. All right, so I'm making the power or ground wire, whichever I decide for it to be. Definitely stabbed myself with one of these big, giant, thick pieces of wire. That sucked, but it is what it is. But I don't have a crimper for these, so what I learned is that if you if you have a hammer, you can put these on like the edge of concrete. You can get some, whoa, nice and crimped, nice and good. I'm gonna flip it around and get the other side. So, nice. All right, so I'm making the reference wire, which it's like a little one prong plug on this. I don't feel like using any Deutsch Connect or Deutsch, however you want to call them. These guys. I don't feel like using any of those and like redoing it in the car. So I'm gonna redo it here. And I would say that I have gotten anal about how like my wiring is, but typically whenever you get anal about stuff, you man, if this will strip for me. Typically whenever you get typically whenever you get anal about stuff, you start buying special tools and stuff like that. And I don't know anybody that would have special wiring stuff, special kind of crimpers, and like these open barrel crimps or anything like that, because I want stuff to look super clean. I don't know who would do that, but so I'm doing that. And a lot of people don't really use these. I got these off Amazon, dude. They're like just open barrel crimps, and these are like super cheap open barrel crimpers. They're made by iWis, and these are just like your basic open barrel crimps. So what you do is you grab one of these little dudes, and then you get each end of the wire. Oh man! Oh, also, don't hold your heat shrink for too long. The heat from your hand makes it shrink, believe it or not. I learned that whenever I was working at Dwayne's. Thanks, Dwayne. So he also would probably be upset with me for stripping wires the way that I am. He'd tell me to stop being an idiot and just grab some wire strippers, but I don't have any because I got into this bad habit of stripping wires like this. So it is what it is, but I'll teach you how to do the open barrel crimp. So pretty much you strip back just enough to where, oh, there you go, to where the wire fits in it nice. It'll go a little bit past it. Same thing on this one. And then you put them on top of each other, kind of like that. And then take your open barrel crimpers, and it's got like a, you can see the little like indentation on it. So what you do is where it's got like the little M shape up there, you put that over here so that way whenever you crimp this shut, it folds it over onto itself. Oh, tell me about it, Jack. He's all moaning and groaning. I feel you, buddy. And you just put it in like this. Hold it nice. I think I just broke this one. Yep, I broke this one. Is what it is. It happens. They're cheap. They're from Amazon. I expect it. Maybe I'll use one that's a teensy bit bigger. No, I won't. I'm lying. I'm lying to you. I lied to you. I'm sorry. All right. I'm gonna try it again. They get a little annoying sometimes. Sometimes it's like super hard to get it one-handed because of that right there. That's the annoying part. So let's see, I'm gonna put that right there. Grab this guy, put it in here. Kind of bottom it out, squeeze it. With your purse, did I break that one too? Nice, I broke that one too. All right, I guess a bigger one of this. That's gay. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that, I guess. But I am me unapologetically, and I don't mean any offense by it. If anybody gets offended, it's my apologies. I got fired for that, actually, at a shop that I was at. I got fired because they gave me a write-up, and I said that that's gay, and they fired me. Very unfortunate. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Don't care. This one's gonna break too, I bet. Nope, nope, there it goes. Nice. So, it, gotta squeeze it with your purse, you know? So whenever it's open and you crimp it, it like squeezes the top over and like folds it into itself, so it like digs into the wire. It's supposed to make it like super strong. I learned wiring like this from Dwayne at Ramsey Race Prep, and I honestly really like it because it looks really clean. Like if you don't have to, like they also have these like extension ones that are kind of cool, and you like mate the tips of each wire, just the tip. You mate the tips of each wire, and then like these rear ones, you use it to like clamp to the plastic or rubber sheathing on the outside of it. So it's pretty cool. It just depends on which one you want to use. I don't have any of those that are big enough to do 12 gauge wire. So you do this, and then you do a tug test. You pull on it, make sure it doesn't come out. So now that you did that, and then you take a little bit of your heat shrink, you clip it. This clip is super long, I'm so sorry. Clip it, and you run this down all the way across, and then slide over the top of this guy, and then you'll hit it with a heat gun. It'll look super good. So I'm gonna go hit this with a heat gun, and then I'm gonna install the other end of this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that right now. But you already saw how you do it, so I'm gonna stop recording because this is gonna be way too long. But this is real life, bro. This is just how it is. So I'm gonna go do that. Bye. All right, so hit this with some heat shrink. Looks pretty good. And then this had like the extension style kind of thing, to where like back here it's like dug into the sheathing. Let me grab a big one so I can show you. It's got like the small one for the wire, the big one for the sheathing. So did that. Now I'm going to get some loom type of stuff so that way I can try and keep the wires separated a little bit better. I am going to try and man, I should have double heat shrink these thinking about it. Oh well, that sucks. I'm going to try to keep the wires like separated as best as I can, so that way I avoid that issue again. Because that was far less than ideal. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It doesn't take that. Well, it kind of takes a while. It's not hard. It just takes a while. So, should have done that. I might wrap some electrical tape around it or something. Add a little bit of thickness to it. But, yeah. So I'm going to go get the wire sheathing that you put in here. That'll be cool. Alright, so I looked for my wire loom. Couldn't find it. So, now like every 4 inches for now until I order some wire loom. Every like 4 inches or so, I'm putting a zip tie on this, so that way it'll keep this nice and uniform all the way down. It'll keep it from like separating and wires being everywhere, which is super, super annoying. But also, I'm kind of thinking about keeping it because whenever I, and which one is this? That's supposed to be the power. Okay. Thinking about keeping it because whenever I pressure wash the underside of the car, that loom that was on there beforehand, it would just stay greasy the whole time. I'm not sure how this will do, but I'm hoping it does better. But I'm not leaving it ugly like this. I got some snips, so I'm gonna go around and snip off the end of each one of these guys. And it's not gonna have a sharp point on it, because that sucks. So, I'm just doing that. And it'll do for now. I mean, it's not ideal. It's not what I wanted, but it's not the end of the world. So, it'll do for now, but now I get to put this harness back in and put the starter in, put a new fuse in. Dang, I forgot fuses at O'Reilly's. That sucks. Oh, that one's got a little sharp tip on it. No. Man, that sucks. I forgot my fuse at O'Reilly's. Okay, well, not the end of the world. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in and make a decision on which wire is gonna be the power and ground underneath the car. It's probably gonna be, oh, yeah, that should be the ground, right? Yes, that's the ground. Okay, found it. It's the long one. Jack, what are you eating, buddy? I think this dude's trying to eat June bugs. You goofball. Yeah, so I'm gonna stab this in. I'm gonna do a time lapse of stabbing it in and stabbing the starter in. So that'll be cool. So I've got the harness in, have the starter in. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my voltmeter before I hook anything up, and I'm going to check continuity on what should be the ground wire. So all right, this guy's on. Cool. So what I'm gonna do, so whenever you check continuity, it's supposed to do this and beep at you. So as long as I touch the ground up there and the ground down there, it should beep.
You know, it's a little hard to check this by yourself. I'm sure this is incredibly entertaining to watch, but it's working. It beat it. So now we'll check the oval. Right there. Well, that's probably just right there. Oh, nice. My phone's so down. Checking 12 volt continuity now. Yep, nice. Cool.
Alright, that's done. Actually, yeah, that's done. So, pulling that guy out, I can go ahead and tighten up the 12-volt wire now. Jack's asleep on his bed. Well, he's not asleep, he's just hanging out. So I can tighten this up now. Also, mind you, battery is still disconnected because I don't feel like dying today. That'll just be really annoying, you know? Oh. I'll tell you what, working on cars with a sunburn, it's far less than ideal. Oh, dude, you know what I should use? I should use that little cheapo mic that I got. It doesn't sound like I'm talking through a beluga, but you can probably hear me better than you do right now. All right, let me show you what I've done. Okay, one sec. Oh, my wiring is atrocious. This has been cut out. I need to just take this out completely. But this is my reference wire. This is my starter 12 volt. This is my ground. It goes down there. Goes across there and back into the starter. Pretty cool. So, since I forgot my fuse, I pulled my daytime running light and fog light fuse out. It's like 10 amps too small, less than ideal, but I want to make sure I can start the car. So that's what this is. That's cool that it worked. I'm gonna turn it off in a second, but I'm gonna let the alternator charge it a little bit. It's been sitting for like a week. It's probably fine, but I also just want to listen to it because it sounds good. You probably couldn't hear anything I just said, but it worked, so that's cool. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be the end of this one. Yeah, so I'm just gonna clean up. Me and Jack are gonna go inside, hang out, play some video games with the boys, and that's it, I think. But yeah, so I'm gonna play the cleanup song in my head, clean that mess up, put everything back in my event tote. So yeah, I'm gonna do that while this thing warms up, unless it dies. I might need new O2 sensors, maybe, I don't know. It like idles up and down, it like starts to like surge. It starts to surge a little bit, so that gets annoying sometimes, but it's usually only when I need O2 sensors because it just doesn't read right or anything. So the car's been idling for a second. I just love to listen to it, and I'm sure you will too. I love that so much. Oh, cams on a 2-valve, great idea. Worth it, like it's like $1,000 for cams. Probably with like all your materials and stuff that you'll use, it's like $1,100. The best $1,100 you'll spend on a 2-valve, besides like the eBay turbo. But that's stupid. Why do that when you can sound cool and not be fast? You know, you can just buy nitrous for it. It'll be fine. Just do 150 shot and call it a day. All right. While I was at work, I was editing the video and I realized that I didn't like end it. So yeah, this is me ending it. If you made it to like 38 minutes or whatever it's gonna be, somewhere around there, I appreciate that. So yeah, I just appreciate it. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but there's only one way to figure it out, and that's to do it. So I appreciate it, and I'm gonna try and upload another video next week. No clue what it's gonna be. I have absolutely no idea. I don't really have anything to do, so we'll find out. Maybe it'll be something not car related. Maybe it'll be working on a John boat or something. I don't know, but yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.